What if I tell you that the top 1% of realtors are not running ads? They're not chasing cold leads, and somehow they never run out of clients. Sounds interesting, right? In this video, I'm going to break down how the top 1% of realtors actually get consistent clients without relying on ads, canned content, or chasing down strangers in the park. That's not a great way to build your business. You can learn the very practical skills they use to stay top of mind, how they position themselves so people remember them, and what they're doing daily that most agents simply aren't willing to do. I'm Leigh Brown. Over the past 26 years, I've sold over 2,600 homes, and I've worked with thousands of realtors across the U.S. and around the globe. Being in this industry so long, I've got the tea. And today, I'll be spilling it on how to stay fully booked with clients. I know a lot of realtors who are good at what they do. Like, you live in a great area, you know your neighborhood, you understand the market, you know the forms, you know the mechanics, but yet someone else's sign keeps showing up in your neighbor's yard. And yes, it hurts. So let's be honest about it. Sometimes that agent, the one who misses MLS details, doesn't return phone calls, barely seems present, is getting the business. Y'all, real estate is a popularity contest, but it's not the high school kind. It's the kind where people trust the person they remember first. There is a transferable trust going on that absolutely builds your business. And if they're not thinking of you, you don't exist, which means you don't get that trust. That top 1% of realtors, they understand this really well. They don't just focus on being knowledgeable, they focus on being memorable. And staying top of mind isn't necessarily from spending crazy money on billboards or from buying ads in grocery store buggies or on bus benches. Your best way to stay top of mind is to be likable. So here's a simple exercise. Record yourself. Get that cell phone out. Look at your posture. Look at your body language. Do you have closed arms that say you're not open to a conversation? Do you slouch so it looks like your confidence is waning? Do you look approachable? Because remember this, people aren't necessarily aware of what makes a best agent. They choose the one they feel the best about. If you're the agent who's tried everything and you still have a hard time standing out, just click on the first link in the description, and I will tell you the top secret of becoming the agent people actually remember. Now, let's say people do like you. They enjoy talking to you, but they're still not calling you. Why does that happen? Well, this is one of the biggest things realtors don't realize is that you're staying too quiet about yourselves. You can't be a secret agent and survive. That's been a truth as long as we've had real estate. You are in sales, and you are a real estate agent people feel they can rely on. So why aren't you telling people? This is where so many agents mess up. You change the conversation completely, so you go all in. You're like, well, then I won't be secret. I'll just talk real estate, and then every social post is about real estate. Everywhere you go, you're wearing the name tag, whether it's a restaurant or a funeral home, you wear it everywhere. And then every conversation turns into, who do you know that needs to buy or sell? And you know what happens? People tune you out. They hide you on social. They run away when they see that name tag coming. And you feel like you've just burned up all of your bridges. Well, you should know that your business isn't going to happen by osmosis. People don't just figure out that they should call you based on things that you've said, because if they could figure it out themselves, they'd probably just happily go FISBO. Let me explain this better. Being in real estate but not talking about it is like opening a store and never putting up a sign. Talking about it all the time is like opening a store and constantly screaming at people to come in the door. Either way, consumers don't really engage with you. However, here's what the top 1% are doing. They actively work on making themselves known for real estate and beyond. My personal rule is fairly simple. ish 80% of my social posts have to do with me, what I believe in, when I'm pouring into other agents. It's other things. And then 20% has to do with my real estate brokerage and business. That's what lets people know that, yes, I'm still in real estate. Yes, I'm still active. And yes, there's more to me, because that makes you human. It makes you likable. And frankly, it keeps you visible, because they don't want to hide you when they know you might say something interesting to them. If you're looking for more ways to stay visible, I will share my exact strategies with you. Just join my email list below. Now, here's the part nobody wants to hear. Are you ready for the hard truth? What if those 1% realtors aren't luckier? What if they're working harder than you? I know it's hard to hear, because a lot of realtors believe that there's some hidden secret behind the top 1%, that they found a hack, they've got a special strategy, they found an inside system or code that only a few agents know about. So you keep searching. You watch more videos looking for that secret, that silver bullet. You buy more courses, and you try to find that one thing that will finally make everything click. I know, I've tried it all myself, but the uncomfortable truth is this. Most of the time, there is no magic sauce. You will find, as I have, building a real estate business is like going to the gym. You can watch workouts all day. You can buy the gear. You can even go to the gym that one time on January 1st. You follow all the influencers. You're getting the information. But if you don't go through the doors on January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so forth, and pick up those weights, nothing's going to change. Real estate works the exact same way. You can learn strategies all day long, studying the marketing, analyzing what other agents are doing. But if you are not taking action consistently, the needle doesn't move. Top agents know this. That's why they call their past clients and the people they wish were past clients. They follow up with old leads. They call friends from high school. They go to Rotary Club meetings. They try very hard and very intentionally to have real conversations with real people. While most other agents are searching for the perfect strategy, yeah, the top 1% is doing it. That's the real difference. You aren't looking for perfection, you're looking for consistency. That's what changes everything. These top agents, they don't have to rely on ads to build their business, because they rely on relationships, and they understand that the relationships take effort, consistent effort. So before you assume you're behind or you're missing something important, just take a step back and be honest with yourself. Are you actually confused about what to do? Or are you just avoiding the work that needs to be done? Because friends, the moment you answer that honestly, you will stop searching for shortcuts and start building real momentum. And that is when everything starts to change.